and realize that all deposits, well-known deposits, are on bodies of this crystal, and the main sacral spiritual places are on knots, on the corners. Also centers of civilization are on the corners, and the main hugest, biggest cities of our previous civilization were also on knots, on the centers of the crosses of those crystals. And you see the structure of this crystal of the whole earth, and energy flows inside this crystal also according to some laws and some rules I will explain you a bit later. And you see how it's all made. Ikoso Dodecaeder, I will give you a link in description, you can read more, some in Russian, some in English. Hello friends, and today I will tell you about lost harmony of crystal. There is a theory in Russia in 1960s or something that the whole earth is a huge crystal with a strange structure, dodecaeder or icosaeder. There are many strange crystallical structures, and some guys in their research explain this theory and this idea, telling that the whole planet is like, yes, let's call it planet. Earth is flat. Earth also could be a crystal, and let's concentrate on and focus on idea. Earth is crystal, and I will explain why it resonates in me. I think it's true because I checked this idea, and I've checked this idea, and I found that all ancient cities were inside star forts, and cities were star forts, and star forts also has crystallic structure. Has crystal structure to resonate huge crystal and huge energy flows of Earth. And I've checked some places. You're welcome to check the others. I went to Google Earth, and I will make some other research to show you, to demonstrate and illustrate my ideas. Some of them were defeated and destroyed by explosions, definitely, but what is rest we can see definitely spiral and crystallic structure, fractal crystal structure of the whole layout. How it was possible when people officially were uneducated and blah blah blah, I have no idea, but the whole history is fake and created in 19th century, that's for sure, and that's another proof. People could not build it without supercomputers and better technologies than we have today. This is Rostov. I checked all Russian old cities, the same structure everywhere. This city was destroyed by a huge thermonuclear explosion. It's another city. I will check some more later, but you can make your research. You will see all structures are the same, all layout the same everywhere, the same stuff. They are copying crystal of Earth. I will show you some more. Sorry for low speed of internet. This is my favorite city. I went recently, Kostroma, and what do we see here? We see the same structure like in St. Petersburg, like in Moscow, like everywhere. I've shown you Moscow already, but you can check. Moscow have also radial structure, and radial structure of underground metro, so-called, and so on. One place, and rays go throughout the whole city. I repeat, it's old, ancient city. Layout could not be done without modern lasers and so on. But they did it. Of course, St. Petersburg, we see a few places where some columns were standing and making energy and directing energy in the streets, throughout the streets, because streets were waveguides. You see center, Admiraltista so-called, and we see corner about 60 degrees going to another place where another column or obelisk standing. This is also like horn antenna. The whole building was like this. Make your research, you will see a lot of interesting stuff in layout of all old cities. Let's go somewhere close to the where you are. I guess you are somewhere in Europe or in USA. Of course, Paris. London is also very interesting, but let's jump to Paris, and you see the same structure, the same crystal structure like in all cities. We can see center of it, waveguides, we call it palace, and then we see streets, quarters, also horn antennas, waveguides and so on. Some from center goes, we see fractal crystal structure of layout, because it's, if we think it's about like in volume, like 3D shape, it's gonna be crystal structure, crystal and fractal. Of course, Arch de Triomphe, teleport in the center, and it was collecting energy from some other places, and we see the same radial structure, that streets going from one. It's not normal layout, it's layout for some purpose, and it's purposely designed like that, to have some centers like spider net and streets go.
Right, hi there. This is basically, I've got a massive picture of the moon. I used to use it a couple of years ago because it does come in handy for some things. Even though the resolution isn't brilliant, the resolution, but you can see the points there of crystallization of crystal. Because I believe the Earth is crystal as well, crystal based, and all energy is taken from the Earth that way. And as we can see, the moon here has got the same sort of crystallization of crystal here. And all the points here, you can see it. And obviously we all know that the moon is self-illuminating. And I believe this is why we can see straight through the moon anyway. A lot of people put it down to a projection, but I don't believe that at all. We're only talking about the moon here, nothing else. I believe it's a crystalline sphere. I do. I believe this is why the sunlight goes straight through the moon, and it makes the moon look transparent because it's crystal. But as you can see, it's got the same geometry as the Earth.